This is an assembly video for this solid wood rotating bookshelf that was sent to me by the brand. Upon unboxing, you'll find the bottom base that has a drawer included. Look inside of that drawer, you will find the hardware and the directions. The directions are only one sheet, so hopefully my video can help you assemble this. All of the hardware is in one bag together, so I would recommend separating those out so you can see what you have. The items aren't labeled, so hopefully I can help you with that as well. So it does come with its own screwdriver. I ended up using a drill for this, but it's not required. As far as hardware, there are 17 A's, which include this longer screw with a cap on the other side. There are 9 B's, which are a little bit shorter, 42 C's, 16 D's, and then E are the wheels. And then there are 2 different Allen wrenches. The first thing you'll need to do is take that bottom base and flip it upside down because you'll be putting wheels on this. You'll be using the screws that are the shortest. They are D, and you'll be using all 16 of those because each wheel will use 4 of them. Line up the wheels with the hole and you're good to go. You'll repeat this 4 times around the entire base. This is when I started to feel like a drill might work better because it would go quicker and get it closer and tighter. Once those are in securely, you will then flip that base back over and we will start to assemble. As far as the wooden pieces go, there will be 10 of what I'll call like the fence looking pieces of wood. Those will be inserted into each other, which I'll show you in a second. Then there are 20 of piece number 3, which are the small rectangular pieces of wood. Then there are going to be 5 circular pieces of wood. Now, one of them is going to have built-in nuts. So look closely because that will be the actual top shelf at the very, very top when the shelf is complete. So the first thing you'll do is you'll take 2 of those fence looking pieces and you will insert them into each other. You might need to use a little bit of force to push down, but they should fit perfectly. If you look at the display image, you'll notice that the small rectangular pieces kind of hold the books up on each shelf, but you can choose if you want those on the bottom of the shelf or at the top of the shelf. There are 3 holes to choose from, so you'll be using either the top 2 or the bottom 2. I'll be using the bottom 2. To insert this rectangular piece, you'll be using the screw labeled C. This is the one that you have 42 of, and it is silver. You can use the provided Allen wrench for this, or you can have it go quicker and use the drill. Now, you'll repeat this step on this crisscross of the fence pieces 4 times. Now make sure that you are putting that rectangular piece on the same side each time. So when you're looking at my video right now, I have it on the left side. I'll then rotate and put the next one on the left side as well. Again, I just switched to the drill for this because I felt like it was so much quicker and I felt like I could get it in there much tighter than I could with the Allen wrenches. You are then going to repeat this step 4 more times. So there are 5 of them that you're creating total. So again, you're taking any 2 of the fence looking pieces and you're inserting them into each other. Then for each one of those, you'll be using 4 of the rectangular pieces and make sure you're consistent of putting them on the left or the right side, whichever one you choose, going in that circle and choosing if you want them at the top or the bottom of the shelf itself. These will be used to make sure that the books stay on the shelf as this is a rotating shelf and books could slide. Here's a closer look of the circular pieces and you'll see that this one piece has the built-in nuts. Set this one aside because you'll be using it for the very top of the shelf. So the first thing you'll do is take one of those pieces you already put together and you're going to line it up to the holes at the bottom of this base with the circular Lazy Susan, if you will. For the golden screws, there's a longer one, which is A, and then there's a shorter one, which is B. For this one, you'll be using the B to put this around the bottom. You'll put it in from the top, make sure that it's lined up with the holes, and then use the Allen wrench to tighten it. I tried to use my drill for this, but my drill was a little too wide for this area. You'll be using 4 of the golden screws B for this, and then you'll move on to the next step. And that next step is just taking another circular piece of wood and putting it on top. You'll then be using the screws labeled A for this. So this is the longer one and it has a little cap that goes with it as well. So once you have that circular piece on top, you will then line up a next set of the fence looking piece that has the small rectangular pieces on it as well. You'll be putting the A piece, the long screw in from the top and then the cap part at the bottom going up, and then you're going to tighten those. I found it easiest to do all 4 of the holes that are on this and line them up with the holes underneath and then tighten it with my hand a little bit, and then at the end go back and tighten them all up with the Allen wrench. So once you have these steps figured out, you're essentially repeating all of this 3 more times. Make sure you're grabbing the correct pieces. Again, there is one top plate that has the built-in nuts. Make sure you're using that for the very, very top of your bookcase. So again, all you're doing is making that fence piece that's in the shape of an X that you've already put together. You're putting those on top of the circular plates and then using the hardware labeled A with that cap. The cap goes in from the bottom, the screw goes in from the top. Tighten those all up with your fingers and then again with your Allen wrenches. And then continue to do that until you get to the very top. Now, once you do get to the very top, again, like I said, you're using that plate with the built-in nuts. You'll be using the screw labeled B. So this is the shorter of the two golden screws. You'll be coming directly in from the top, and that is why it is threaded the way that it is, so that it has a nice finished look at the top. But to be honest, this thing is so tall, you won't be able to see the top anyway, but it does look good. You guys, I'm honestly so impressed with this bookcase. I love the way that the wood looks. It looks so, so nice. It is amazing. I love that it's on a swivel because you can just rotate it. I'm actually using this for my toddler's books and I can kind of rotate them because they can only reach certain shelves and it keeps me from having to pick up messes, and it is a great statement piece in my living room. Highly recommend.